Hey, what's good, everybody? Thomas with the Ohio Property Squad. Hope you're having a great day. Wanted to check in with you today to talk a little bit about mortgage pre-approvals and what that is and what it means to you as a buyer. I know a lot of times, especially as a first-time home buyer, you may be thinking, why do I need to get a mortgage pre-approval? How does that impact me? And why, when I reach out to a realtor, that's one of the first questions they ask me is, have you been pre-approved yet? Number one, what is a mortgage pre-approval? Basically, what it is a notification from the lender that will let you know that based upon your income, based upon your employment, based upon your credit, that you, from a preliminary standpoint, qualify up to a certain loan amount. So, what that tells you for you as a buyer is telling you what your buying power is in the market currently. So, you'll reach out to the lender. They're going to have you complete a credit application, look at your credit. They're going to ask you for some income about your employment and your income. And based upon that information, they're going to give you a pre-approval amount. So that could be 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, whatever that number is. And that kind of lets you know what your buying power is on the market. So when you reach out to that realtor that you're working with, that lets them know, okay, if they can spend up to this amount, now I know them what houses that I can show them so they can qualify, so that we're looking at homes that I know that they can financially qualify for. Because the last thing you want to do is, go out without a pre-approval and start searching for a house, get your heart and your mind set on it, and then find out you can't qualify financially to get it, and now you're heartbroken and you don't want to buy a house and you go back home, and sit in the corner in the dark, right? You don't want to do that. So it's very important to get that pre-approval. But what I will tell you is that pre-approval is not a loan commitment from the lender. So that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get that loan. There will still be some stipulations that you have to meet and follow through to actually get the final loan commitment. So you do want to make sure that you have that clear understanding when you start that process. Now, just as a bonus tip, when you start working with the lender and they start giving you those pre-approval numbers, say you're pre-approved for $200,000, right? Come back at them and ask them, okay, what does that translate to in a payment standpoint? Because I know for most people out here, they're not looking at the total purchase price unless they're paying cash for it. So they're usually thinking about how much is this going to cost me monthly. And the reason I want you to ask, okay, how much does it translate to from a payment standpoint? Because depending on where you're buying a house at and what area, that same $300,000 may not carry the same buying power because you have to factor in things like the cost of insurance, the cost of the real estate taxes in that area, and also depending on what interest rates are, it can drastically impact your overall buying power in that situation. So if you know your max payment, you could go into one area where they only told you can qualify for 200, but if we can get you in an area where the taxes are lower, you got a better interest rate, and a lower overall payment, you might be able to get a house that costs $230 versus $200,000, and vice versa. If you're looking in a community where the taxes are higher and we can't get you as high as a lower interest rate because maybe you're getting down payment assistance and the rates are higher, you may only qualify for 180 from a payment perspective. So those are things you want to consider. So always ask, what's my max payment? So I know what I'm dealing with and really know what my true buying power is on the market. So hope that helps, and I will talk to you here soon. Have a good one.